Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek at Origins 2018. I'm sitting down with the ever-delightful Scott Tepper from Robe Games. Hello.
Hello.
You've brought us Epoch.
I did, by Martin F.
Which, I was going to say, if people haven't played his games...
Cities is one that he's really well known for. Yeah. It's a great game that I really like.
You actually introduced me to Cities.
Did I really?
It's your fault.
How do you remember that? I mean, I know you played a lot of games, so how do you remember who taught you certain games?
One stick in my head occasionally.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, new Martin F. game.
Yes.
So, what kind of game are we expecting when we open up Epoch?
It is a exploration, resource manipulation game. You're collecting resources and trying to turn them into other things to get you victory points. The theme is this is done in early times where you are in control of a clan of people.
And Meeple Dude.
Meeple Dude. This represents your clan, and you'll be setting down huts of where you sort of colonize during the game. At the beginning of the game, we've only revealed a few of the land types. Now we see what other kind of land types there are. On your turn, you can do one action and then some additional things if you want to. Some of the additional things are moving, and to move, you have to expend food to move through different kinds of land type. So each one of these cubes, as you took them, you are limited by what you. Are we looking up?
No, you keep talking.
Okay. You're limited by how much you can carry when you're moving. So this is all you can carry amongst your food and then other resources that you're carrying. There are ways to add to that, like later on you might get a horse or a cart or a canoe which can carry additional resources.
Like so.
So at the beginning of the game, we've only revealed these spaces. If you want to move, you expend food, and it's different food depending on what kind of land you're moving through. You have a little cheat sheet here.
I was going to say, this is quite a fabulous cheat sheet.
Yeah,
is there one of these?
There's lots of information. Yeah, there's multiple ones in the game. Yeah. So you can expend food to move, and you can move as much as food you want to spend to move through. And then if you go to one of the things you can do on your turn is to explore unexplored areas. So wherever you stop. Wherever you stop, you can then reveal up to two spaces. If you reveal them, we will turn them over, and you get a little status for revealing them. It's 1 and 2. And I'm simplifying this. This is just an overview, not a full game teach. But if you reveal them, you get of the places that you've explored and revealed. You get these are status markers, and that's really what you're trying to collect in this game is status of your clan. They don't really use money at that time. This is status. The neat thing about status is, actually I'm going to go back a step. At the beginning of the game, you get to put your clan markers on 2 tiles, and that gives you an ability. In this case, I put it on Robe Making and Jug water bag. So I would then start with jug, which I didn't. I did. Jug. I set these aside.
There we go.
A jug and robe making. So robe making is a skill that with certain resources I can make rope, and then using rope I can do things like to move more easily through mountains or make other. Use rope to combine to make other tools. Water jug will let me get more food. Okay. So these are my tools. I get to use them. You can choose on your turn to give me some of your status to use all of my tools on your turn. And it's temporary, it's just a one-time use, but you can use all my tools for your turn. And then I might, you have tools that I don't have, I might spend status to make use of your tools. So part of the game is deciding when, because at the end of the game, this is victory points, is how much of this do you want to spend to make use of other people's tools to do what you want to do. So that's one thing that you can do is you can explore tiles, get a little status for that. Now that you revealed it, this shows new tools that could be made. So now if I'm here, if I want to develop this tool, a pick, I would have to spend 2 antlers or 3 bone or 3 rock plus a piece of wood to make a pick. And it's actually He's done it pretty thematically.
Right, yeah.
If I'm able to spend that from resources that I'm carrying around, then I will develop that ability. And there's lots, actually a lot more tiles. I didn't put them all out here, but I put some of them out here. I would then have that new tool to use, and that's where I put my house on here to show that I have now developed that ability. I would then get the marker to show that I then have, here's a knife to have that tool. So that's what we're doing. That's one of the things we're doing. Another thing, as you get closer to these areas,
corner edge, yeah.
these are ceremonial sites, and when you get up there, each of the different sites has a different requirement, and there's multiple requirements. If you fulfill one of the requirements, you get to put one of your ceremonial markers there to show you've made an offering to the gods, and then this will be worth victory points for you at the end of the game.
Of course, they're all out in the corners of the board, so that is going to take a journey across the game to get there.
And as soon as somebody has come over and made their way to a ceremony, let's say I've made my way over to the ceremonial site, only one person you can move through people, but only one person can be on a tile at a time. There's a little strategy you can kind of block people to make it harder for them to get around you if you're trying to concentrate. Like you might not have all the resources to fulfill this ceremonial site. You can just kind of sit there to make it hard. They'll have to expend a lot more resources to get around you if you want to do that, if you haven't planned very well. Anyway, as soon as this is revealed, we then will turn over all these tiles. Any unclaimed tokens, these will go away. These will be revealed. And so now we know what tools can be made in these areas that might be more or less attractive for people to go to. One of the game end triggers is when all the tiles have been turned face up. So basically when we've revealed all four corners, or people have reached all four corners, all the tiles we turn face up, that'll trigger game end. There'll be 3 more rounds, then game end. Another game end trigger is if someone has built 8 of their huts on the board, that would trigger 3 more rounds.
And I'm guessing the amount of tiles you put out is variable depending on the amount of players, so there's a certain amount of sprawl to explore.
That's sort of correct. We always have this sort of many tiles, but we will add additional ceremonial sites for 4 players. Also, you can only make an offering to each of the 4 different ceremonial sites, so you can. So if the red player has made an offering here, they can't make another offering, fulfill one of these objectives. They'll then have to do that. And so your end of the game victory points are the victory points you've collected during the game, your ceremonial sites, and there's a little end game bonus as well. Actually, I'm sorry. Also, and for each of the tiles that you've chosen to develop are worth victory points as well. So lots of different ways to get victory points.
Yeah, and I wanted to highlight too that I really like that you guys sort of wanted to highlight the art.
Well, that was Martin F's idea. We actually originally when the artist was done, we did have the title on the front of the box, but he really liked the artwork so much he said, we'll just have it on the sides to make this look sort of like simple, prehistoric, just to highlight the art.
Yeah, so it is all
That's
the
very
information.
observant.
Yeah, all the information you need to know is on the side there. But yeah, I like, there's not too many game covers that have taken that plunge to say we believe in our art so much that is the cover.
It's really, we think it's very pretty artwork. It plays 2 to 4, and there's a solo variant as well.
How long do you think a 4-player game would take?
A 4-player game is about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
So says the box as well.
Is that what it said?
30 minutes per player.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just going by memory of having played the game. I didn't memorize that.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is Epoch, Early Inventions, which is being published by Rio Grande Games. Yep. And Scott, thanks for giving us a quick tour.
My pleasure. Thank you, Beth.